Search culture, Frank Lieb, dedicated and well-trained firefighters save the lives of those trapped or overcome by smoke and fire every day. This is accomplished by quickly employing two of the best life-saving tactics: a systematic search plan and rapid water on the fire. When staffing allows, the simultaneous execution of suppression and search and rescue operations while not waiting until water is on fire has saved countless lives over the past decades and is part of our search culture. This search culture ensures we fulfill our promise to those trapped, that we will come for you. After all, saving lives is our primary mission. Reduced survival time for victims. The modern fire environment has made search and rescue operations far more challenging. The main reason is the ubiquitous presence of synthetic contents, which are now found in all buildings. Synthetic materials have more stored energy than wood products of the past, resulting in much higher heat release rates. This means synthetic materials discharge heat more rapidly than ordinary combustibles. Consider that a single upholstered chair made of synthetic materials has enough stored energy, 2 megawatts, to cause a flashover in a room, and that this chair will burn much more rapidly than wood or cotton fiber constructed chairs due to its high heat release rate. To make matters worse, new building construction methods and materials, along with thermal pane windows, retain more heat and smoke within the fire area, quickly using the available oxygen and creating ventilation-limited fires. When firefighters open up the building by forcing entry and ventilating, this ventilation-limited fire reacts to the newly available oxygen supply. Likewise, openings made prior to our arrival can accelerate fire growth, smoke production, and spread. These openings, if not controlled, can cause rapid fire growth and extension, making conditions untenable. It's crucial to recognize that fires today develop quickly, producing thick, black smoke and soot that act as additional fuel, accelerating the time to flashover. This significantly reduces the survival time of trapped victims and limits firefighters' opportunity to safely conduct a search without an operating hose line. In such situations, it becomes the responsibility of all firefighters to exercise caution and control all ventilation tactics, including doors and windows within the occupancy. Remember, a single uncoordinated ventilation tactic on a fire ground can have severe consequences. This understanding empowers us to act responsibly and effectively in such challenging situations. Size-up members must begin planning their search during their size-up of the building. By observing construction features, type of construction, window layout, access and egress points, whether the building is built on a grade, etc., members may gain insight into the floor layout inside a residential building. This may help determine the number of apartments per floor and the floor plan of the apartment. Before reaching the fire floor, conducting a survey of the floor below can help determine the interior hallway layout, apartment numbering system, floor plan of the apartment, and closest means of access to a fire apartment. This information should be communicated between the officers and the incident commander. Wind direction and velocity are critical size-up variables, especially when windows are open or fail. Direct or gusting wind may suddenly increase fire conditions and fire growth within the structure. As part of their size-up, members of the outside team must report wind conditions and their effect on the fire and smoke conditions to their officer and the incident commander. Primary search. Although search tactics have evolved with changes in construction methods and fire dynamics, our overall strategy never changes. To conduct an immediate primary search, followed by a painstakingly complete secondary search. We cannot always determine survivable space simply by looking at the structure from the outside. Many factors, such as closed doors, create spaces where victims can be found and saved. We must search these spaces as soon as possible. A primary search is an immediate search for life. This search is rapid but thorough and systematic. The primary search will be influenced by the fire, heat, and smoke conditions in a room or area, and may occur prior to the application of water. It should be done quickly, with due regard for members' personal safety. If entry can be made and a search conducted without the protection of a hose line, members may attempt to locate and contain the fire area, and then start the search for life from this point. If the area is untenable, move in behind the engine company as it advances and search from behind the hose line. The search for life in the areas adjacent to or above the fire area/floor should start immediately upon entering the area, followed by a search for fire extension. Any extension should be immediately reported to the incident commander. Secondary search. The secondary search is a thorough and painstakingly complete search for life of all areas that required a primary search. In addition, the secondary search must also include the entire outside perimeter of the building and all shafts, basements, cellars, elevators, roofs, etc. Its purpose is to ensure that no possible victims are overlooked. Time is not as important as accuracy. A secondary search must be completed before any extensive overhauling of the fire area is undertaken. Additionally, a secondary search must be performed by a different company or members who performed the primary search.